Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on this fine Saturday and the first Saturday of 2017. We're excited about 17.
We are, Don. It's going to be a great year, especially for real estate. But it sounds like the whole United States is pretty excited about the economy as a whole, right? If you look at the stock market, the things, the way the election went and things of that nature, there's some, and I hope it's not what they call irrational exuberance, some have called it.
Well, so there's always a little of that. It's called emotions.
Yeah. Well, it's excitement. That's good to see the nation excited.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool.
Very cool.
You know, it's a lot better than depressed. I can remember words that we started 2008 with.
Oh, yeah. That was all doldrums. So today we're going to talk about some of the advantages of SKYLINE. We're going to talk about where the real estate market is, and we brought one of our good friends, one of our top loan officers, I say mortgage planning specialist, and good friends, been in the business a long time, Mr. Daniel Hunt, back by popular demand.
Hello. Thanks for having me again.
God, he's got a good radio voice. I like it.
Not right now. I got a cold.
I know both of us got a little.
Maybe that's why it's good.
Yeah, you're so sexy. So, Dan, we're going to have you jump in because you saw the reports, which is really cool. So we brought Dan in, one to give his opinion of where he thinks the real estate economy is going and stuff. But we had some really, really good news for SKYLINE Home Loans because I know a lot of you I've heard of Wells Fargo, B of A, Citibank, Chase, all those big guys, and that's who I go to do my loans. But did you realize that we just got a report that, believe it or not, SKYLINE Home Loans is the second largest purchase lender in all of Los Angeles.
Non-bank.
Second largest non-bank lender. But we did kick the you-know-what out of some of the banks, especially when it comes to government loans.
Yeah, so one of the things that's scary about this report, Don, is that people trust their bank, right? I get it. There's a trust factor because they're already holding all your money, so why shouldn't you get your mortgage there? Or it's going to be easier, or any of those things they promise you that aren't true. The reality is that
Dan's laughing about the easier part.
Well, it doesn't. It's not the same. It can't be any easier. We all need the same things.
Right.
For Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, and VA.
Exactly the
in
same.
General, we all have the same guidelines. They have these things called overlays that make it even worse. It actually makes it more difficult to get a loan at one of those places.
And they're just like the potato. You can't just have one lay.
Oh my God! And but what's really scary about it is that I've never seen it represented in numbers like we have it on this report. So what this report represents is all purchase loans done in LA County through November.
Right.
Okay, and it shows, like you mentioned, Dan, give us some of the numbers on VA loans. So how many VA loans did we do last year, and how many VA loans did B of A do last year?
Well, we did 63 VA loans, and B of A did 14, a whopping 14.
So we did 4 times, almost
as
much as 5 times as much veteran business as B of A. And now we've only got a few branches here in Los Angeles. B of A's got what? Hundreds.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one on every corner. But they can't do a VA loan to save their life. I mean, if that's the reality, is that they've got all this coverage and they don't do almost any VA business, you're cheating yourself if you're a veteran.
Yeah,
we did the exact same amount as Wells Fargo. 63.
And that's a big institution, right? Number 1 bank in the nation right now, I think. And definitely in this area, definitely has a good stronghold is Wells Fargo. But, you know, they're big. I mean, those are big, big companies. And the fact that we've done more or as much, I think Chase also was anemic, right? Horrible.
Yeah, Chase did, what was it? 30. Did 30.
30. So he said over doubled what even Chase did.
Yeah, so if you're a veteran, please, please, please don't go to your bank.
Plain simple. Really. Look at Gino just throwing it under the
Well, I mean, that's the reality. Is we did more than both of them combined.
Well, and we're super focused on you, vets. We appreciate you, love you, and we know that program better than anyone. We think it's the best lending program in the business. Bottom line. I mean, there's no better loan you can get.
So I'm going to tell you what I think is the secret here. Why we did more business. Because we have a trust factor in our marketplace that agents trust that we can get VA loans done. They know we're good at it. They trust us. Yeah. So when you write your VA offer, it doesn't get thrown away in the trash can when it comes with a SKYLINE pre-approval letter. If you have a bank pre-approval letter and your VA, that thing ends up in the trash can. You're not even getting a house.
They don't trust it, right?
Yeah. So I think
Well,
that's
especially see zero down, they're like, oh, how good of a loan can that be? But when we make the call on your behalf, veterans, and say, no, this is the best loan on the planet, you're fully pre-approved, please help our veteran get into your home, they actually listen to us.
They do, and we have a lot of trust in town. So bottom line is, if you're a veteran, definitely you owe it to yourself to give Skyline a call. Dan, what's a good way for them to call you?
You can give me a call right here, 661-802-5790.
Okay, and you can always find our great loan officers. We have the best in the business, especially out here in Santa Clarita. You can go to www.santaclaritahomeloan.com, santaclaritahomeloan.com.
So, but that's not all. Right,
Yeah.
just like every good infomercial, we have more data, and the reality is they're also bad at FHA loans.
Horrible.
Yeah, read some of those numbers.
Well, we
Look
did,
at ours versus.
In the same time frame, we did 230 FHA loans, and for instance, Chase did 5.
5,
5
really?
loans.
I mean, if
No,
you
no, that's sad, huh? Not just because of the number. If you were trying to purchase your first home, do you realize that FHA could be one of the best tools in the business, without a doubt? If you wanted to get into a home between being able to get gifts, flexibility of credit, flexible with ratios, that means Chase basically told you couldn't buy a home.
right, you walked into Chase and you applied for a loan, and they said you don't qualify, and you went away sad, and you think you don't qualify. You would have walked into Skyline, we would have said, well, you don't qualify for a conventional loan, but you qualify for FHA.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and they'll tell you, well, FHA's got, MI, mortgage insurance.
Do you want me to give them the math on that?
Sure.
Okay, so
This
I
is
bought,
fine.
and I'm going to use real numbers. I bought my house with an
FHA.
FHA loan.
Okay.
But
But it's bad.
In the middle of 2015 with mortgage insurance. And my mortgage insurance was expensive. It was almost $500 a month. Pretty sticky, right? So 12 months later, I was able to refinance. So that means I paid $6,000 in mortgage insurance. My house over the same period of time went up $60,000 in value.
That's good return on your money.
Yeah, I made $55,000 profit by utilizing FHA and paying mortgage insurance.
Yeah, because if you might not have been able to afford that particular house at your particular
I couldn't
stage.
even buy conventional. I didn't qualify for conventional. I had to use FHA. It was my only option, and I made $55,000 doing it. So FHA is not the devil.
Well, what about if you had a foreclosure in the past? There's a few million of those.
Right.
And now you have to wait 7 years?
Yeah. Now, just so you guys know, it's not because they don't. There's some politics behind this, and the big banks have some issues with the federal government and FHA, and there's Quicken Home Loans actually has a huge problem with FHA. So there's some political issues why they don't lend on FHA. Don't get stuck in that. Come to us. We make sure we look at every option for you. We're not going to get you involved in our political battles.
Well, Dan, what do you do when you look at a new potential buyer? How do you show them all their options?
Well, I give them every option in the book. I mean, FHA is not a bad option, especially considering what rates have done lately.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, rates on FHA loans are lower than conventional.
Substantially.
And so even though you have to pay mortgage insurance, your out-the-door payment is going to be about the same as conventional, and your out-the-door, how much money you have to bring into the deal is considerably less.
Yeah,
More-
actually,
more
you bring
often
up a
than not.
really good point. Recently, with the rise in rates, the rise in FHA rates has been minimal.
Right.
They climb at a slower pace than conventional rates have climbed.
Right.
And if you have less than a 680 FICO score and you're getting a loan amount of more than 424,100, that's the new number, by the way. 2017, the 417 is now 424,100. So if you have less than a 680 FICO and you don't have the amount of down to get to 424, like you're buying anything between 424 and 636, FHA comes out cheaper every single time than conventional home loans.
But
And much easier to qualify. Much easier.
well,
As far as
ratios alone, yeah. I mean, instead of 45, you can go up to potentially 57.
57.
Yeah, or what about something like a manual underwrite, which is very difficult to achieve on a conventional loan? Like, let's say
And
you've
he's
had
very flexible.
Manuel.
Yeah, Manuel.
He's super flexible. It allows us to make exceptions on your behalf instead of having a machine, which is what we call automated underwriting, which came into effect, 15 years ago, and determines most of our underwriting today.
Right.
Still, the manual underwrite on FHA is such a valuable piece. You don't even have to have a credit score, technically.
No, that's true. Yeah. All right. So when we come back, what we're going to do is we got Dan Hunt, one of our top mortgage planners here at Skyline Home Loans. We're going to go talk about where the real estate market was in 2016, where we feel it's going in 2017, and why now is a great time to get involved in real estate. When we come back to the second half of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, don't go away.